Good morning, teachers. Today I am going to deal with a very important and interesting topic, word games. It is one of the wonderful ways of boosting vocabulary while learning a language. If you relish solving word games and puzzles, then it is a good exercise for you. Word games test your powers of verbal association and recall, and puzzles quiz your mathematical dexterity. It is a fact that word games and puzzles help you to increase your vocabulary, communication, numerical skills, and perceptiveness. Friends, when you play word games or complete a puzzle, you feel like a winner. And this feeling gives you a great confidence to learn and teach vocabulary. Brain has an amazing capacity to interpret and to rethink. And these two things are very important to learn vocabulary and to learn language. There are hundreds of games and puzzles in languages, not possible to cover in a single short speech, but we will take few examples. Let's begin with simple games. The first is word squares. Words that read horizontally and vertically same are called word squares. Say for example, lane, area, near, ears. This way also, vertically, lane, area, near, and ears. This is thought-provoking. Second example. Let us take and go to second example. To watch over. It means to guard. Below there means under. A fair lady's name in some story. Adela. A memorial of the face is called relic. A serious lawgiver, Draco. These words also read the same horizontally and vertically. Now there is another example of half word square. A peculiar bird, parrot. Apart, another meaning is aloof. Part of a plant, we call it a root. To decay, to spoil, rot, a preposition of and a consonant T. Parrot, aloof, root, rot, and of and T. Similarly, parrot, aloof, root, rot, of, and T. These are called word squares. Now next is very interesting and very important. It is called rebus. Rebus uses pictures, numbers and letters of the alphabet to make words and sentences. The word rebus, which is pronounced as rebus, comes from the Latin language res, R-E-S, which means a thing. Rebus uses things, not words, to represent a phrase. Here are letters of alphabet. Y, U, R. They apparently are letters from alphabet. But if you read carefully, I have written the letter Y twice. So two. Two Y, plural. If there is one boy, we call boy. If there are two, we call boys. So when I write Y two times, it is two Y's, you are. Two Y's, you be. If you read plainly, I, C, you are letters of alphabet. But meaningful reading will convert it into a sentence. I see, you are. Two Y's for me. It should be TWO, two Y's for me. This is called reverse. Now the next is, it depends on the way we write. Here, I have written a letter B and E. Where is B written? It is written on E. And if you write that preposition in between, B on E, it becomes the word born. Where is a part of sentence you are written, it is written under the word arrest. And if we add that under, it becomes a sentence. You are under arrest. Similarly, I have to because paid, and below work and the word I am. If I ask you, where is the part of sentence I have to written over what? Where is the part of sentence I am written under paid? And if you add over and under these words, the sentence becomes I have to overwork because I am underpaid. It becomes a meaningful sentence. Then there are simple letters which sound like words. X, L, N, C. These are letters of alphabet. But if you read continuously without gap, excellency, 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 it becomes excellency. A, Y, Z. If you repeatedly say it, A, Y, Z, A, Y, Z, A, Y, Z, it sounds like a wise head. Decay, 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 it's spoil. O, I, C, U, R, M, T. These are letters of alphabet. But if you read in a different way, it sounds like a sentence. O, I see, you are empty. Then X and twice I have written Q. When a letter is written twice, it is a plural. So 2 times writing Q is Qs. And if you add X plus Q, XQ. D is E. Twice D, twice E, plural. D is E, D is E. It sounds like this is. Then there is a puzzle of great complexity used by Thomas Owen. It is very interesting. You can see a diagram here. The word rebellion is written in every corner. And in the center, see that there is a year in 1789. Then the word France is written in a different way. There is a gap in between the word. Then there is a word monarchy. Monarchy is a kind of rule. And there is a word throne. Where is the word monarchy written? Overthrow. Then there is a word laws. And then there is the word religion written upside down. So this is a diagram. But it becomes a meaningful short paragraph which describes the political situation in France. I will read. In 1789, France was divided. The way of writing in between, keeping a gap, it is a sign of divided. In 1789, France was divided. Monarchy was overthrown. The rule existing at that time was overthrown. Laws, this word is written with a distance from this, so it is aside. Laws were kept aside. What was the condition of religion? Religion was turned upside down. And everywhere, in every corner of France, there was rebellion. This diagram tells us about the political situation in France. It is called rebus. Rebus means using pictures, letters, numbers, diagrams to make a word, to make a sentence, or to make a paragraph. Then there is a very interesting game. It is called 20 question again. A very simple game. One person thinks of something and tells whether it is animal, bird, person or object. Whether, W-E-T-H-E-R. There is a spelling mistake. W-H-E-T-H-E-R. Whether it is animal, bird, person, object. The players guess the mystery by asking up to 20 questions. It means, suppose if I hold some name in my mind, I will not disclose it to the students before me or group of teachers. I will not disclose that word. Players will ask me question after question, limit is 20 questions, and by asking 20 questions, up to 20 questions, they have to find out the word which I have in my mind. Let's take the example. If I hold the name of a great playback singer, Lata Mangeshkar, in my mind, I will not tell it to anyone. And the players begin asking me questions. The first question will be, the name that you have in your mind, is it the name of animal, bird or person? I will say it is the name of person. And then second question, the player will ask me whether the person is a man or woman. My answer will be, it is a woman. Then the player will ask me in which field that person works. I will say in the field of music. Specific field, whether a musician or a singer. Then I will say she is a singer. What kind of song will be the next question? My answer will be all types of questions in many languages. Any special title, award given, or what that person is called, I will say Voice of India, Bharat Ratna is awarded. Then the player will ask me next question, married or unmarried? I will say the person is unmarried. Any famous song, because many singers are unmarried, many singers have got Bharat Ratna, they are called Voice of India. Any famous song, then my answer will be, the famous song of that singer is Ye Mere Watan Ke Logo. Then the answer will become clear without my telling or exposing of that name. The player will easily guess the mystery of the name and say it is none but Lata Mangeshkar. It is called 20 question a game. Then another interesting game is hidden words, or they are called buried words. You have to find out hidden words within sentences. For instance, for example, if you are told to find out a hidden animal in the sentence, he came looking for trouble is the sentence. In this sentence, there is name of some animal. Look here. Came, C-A-M-E, and from looking the first letter L, if you join it, there is the name of animal, camel. Impossible. Oh, pardon me, by no means, is a sentence. There is hidden name of animal. Impossible, L-E-O, from this word, P-A-R-D, leopard, underline word. The lamb is one of my pet animals. From this, B-I-S-O-N, bison. At last, a girl, no. From this, from the word last, S-T-A-G, stag. He made errors on purpose. He made errors on purpose. From this, D-E-E-R, deer. So some sentences have the names of animals, have the names of cities. You have to identify them. Then very interesting another game is anagrams. Anagram means a word or phrase made by rearranging the letters of another word. It makes you think, rethink, and then make the word. For example, diplomacy. From this you can make the word mad policy. Or from mad policy, diplomacy. Telegraph, great help. Or from great help, telegraph. Old England, golden land. Or from golden land, old England. Funeral, real fun. Astronomers, no more stars. Festival, evil fast. South Africa, safari touch. This is called anagram. And the next is palindromes. A word or a phrase that reads the same backward or forward. It's very interesting. Any way you read, the sentence will be the same. For example, nurses run. And if you read this way, N-U-R-S-E-S, nurses. R-U-N, run. Nurses run. Space cats, this way also. Space cats. No lemons, no melon. If you read this way, sentence is same. Step on no pets. Same. Step on no pets. Madam, I am Adam. The same. Reverse. Madam, I am Adam. Simple words, for example, level, date, civic, refer, peak, noon, and none. These are called palindromes. There are hundreds of puzzles, hundreds of word games in English language. Not possible to cover all in a single period, but these are model examples. One has to refer the books, magazines, dictionaries, and there are two special books if you want to study deeply about word games and puzzles. And they are, the first book is The Oxford Guide to Word Games, Tony Agar, comprises hundreds of games. And another is Brains Features, published by Reader's Digest. Thousands of word games you will find. These are very interesting. But remember that word games, word puzzles, maybe crossword puzzles, they are challenge to the brain. And if the teacher goes in depth, studies deeply, he can make his teaching very rich, create interest in the minds of the students, and then make them learn in a playful way. So if you follow these instructions, use these books, your teaching will be very effective. Thank you.